presently down in Destin, Florida. Actually, I guess to be precise, I'm at Miramar Beach, but it's all Destin. But I'm headed east right now, going over to Grand Lagoon. I think that's in Panama City. It's pretty close anyway. But I've been invited to go shark fishing from the beach. Okay, that's something I've always wanted to do. Never gotten the chance to do it, so I jumped at the opportunity. I actually, while I was fishing down here, I ran into another content creator fishing. He's got his own channel on YouTube. I'll be sure to link that down in the description. If you like saltwater fishing, check him out. It's the Lawless Tide. He has some great content. But we got to talking, one thing led to another, and so we're planning on going offshore tomorrow in the kayaks, maybe do some king fishing. But he gave me a shout and said, hey man, we're actually going to be doing some shark fishing, and if I wanted to go and hang out with him. Oh yeah, absolutely. So that's what I'm heading to do right now. I figured I'd take you guys along with me, and who knows, you know, I don't know how this goes. This is my first time doing it. Maybe we'll get to see a big old Jaws, I don't know. But it ought to be pretty interesting nonetheless. You guys hang on, we'll be there in a few.
How's that?
All right, that's bait. That's baby Jaws catch big Jaws. Yeah, that hook's as big as my hand.
Ready, 1, 2, 3, and shark it. You were shark fishing. That's proof that your teacher got to see shark fish.
Perfect, man. Right there. Awesome.
Perfect.
When I get out, when I get out, just drop it in the water. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
All right. No, from now on, try and make sure the line is, I don't think it's going to, just make sure that's rub on the front. Rub on the front, rub on the front. Hey, from now on, you come sit in the back.
Both lines out. It's just a matter of waiting now, playing a waiting game and enjoying this beautiful scenery. Gorgeous sunset.
You did what? Oh, I should like check my phone because the light might have already like been on.
Got a whole shark party going on down here. Well, we stayed out late, had a lot of fun socializing, ended up not catching any sharks. But that's okay. It was a great chance to let the kids do some fishing, make some new friendships, and just have an all-around good time while we just enjoyed the scenery and the pleasant atmosphere. But I had got my hopes up for catching some sharks. So, the next day I decided to get out in the surf, see if I could at least tangle some of the smaller guys that I knew were swimming around in the surf. So I rigged me up a little pompano rig, high-low rig, chicken rig, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and catch some bait. Key to shark fishing is either some good bloody cut bait or a good frisky live bait chunked out whole. First volunteer, frisky little blue runner. Now these are one of my absolute favorite baits about this size to be able to chunk out in the surf. They'll catch just about anything out there swimming.
That's good bait.
Now I'm not after any giants, but I do have a beefy enough rig here to where if I catch a decent sized shark, I'll still be able to fight him down. But I know that what's in the surf right now is probably just little guys, and that's the way I'm rigged up. Little 7/0 circle hook, about a 3-ounce pyramid sinker. And just chunk it out there as far as you can and wait. In the meantime, keep from getting bored. Just keep catching more bait. Ladyfish. This is perfect shark bait. If I was after big guys, this would be a perfect size to go and hook hole and get way on out there in the surf. Like I said, I'm just after the little guys playing around. I'm going to chunk them up and just use them for chunk bait. I said I'm going after small sharks, but I'll tell you what, if you ever get the chance, it's just a lot of fun. If that's all that's in the surf, man, they will give you a run for their money, because they are nothing but just one solid muscle. There is no quit in them. Just an absolutely magnificent creature. If you do use cut bait on the beach, and you've never done this before, just give you a quick tip. Go ahead and cover it up with some sand, otherwise the seagulls are going to enjoy all your bait.
Yeah, I see it. He ain't going anywhere. There's a little pompano.
Action was a little slow, but it was still pretty enjoyable to catch the little undersized pompano and just all the myriad of little fish that are swimming out there in the surf.
That's a pretty little guy.
Finally, a good hookup. Now, the way this was fighting at first, I thought for sure I had gotten a hold of a big redfish. But the more I fought it, the more I realized it was probably what I was after. Just a nice little frisky shark. And I tell you what, if you want to draw a crowd on the beach, just pull a shark in. It doesn't take long, the people start crowding around.
Shark.
Just keep in mind, guys, we're out here, we're enjoying this beach. There's a lot of people who've never experienced this. It's a chance to be a good steward. It's a chance to be a voice for all the fishermen out there. Set a good example. It's also a great opportunity to teach and just give the public who may not be familiar with fishing or catching sharks, give them a first good experience.
Yep.
Now, I know this is just a little guy. Those are the ones that are going to be real quick. They can still take a finger off or a nice little chunk out of you, so just be careful. Grab them right behind the head. Get them under control. Then safely remove the hook.
Still take a chomp out of you. Nah. All right, little guy.
It's a little baby black nose.
Yep. How old a fish would that be? Any idea?
I really don't know.
And what do you fish with? What kind of bait?
I had a piece of cut lady fish that I had caught on my other rod. He's a pretty little guy though.
Yes, he is.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Little male.
What's that? Yeah, tell me.
It's called clappers. Actually, 2 penises. Okay.
Okay. I just learned something new.
I want to be a shark.
You see all these little holes? I'm not going to keep them out long, but
Yep.
you see all these little holes?
Yep.
All those are electromagnetic sensors. They can pick up on life just by the electrical pulses given off by it.
Cool.
There you go. I had my fun. Let him go back about his business.
Good. Thank you.
Well, I wasn't done going out after the bigger sharks. So, the following night, me and my buddy got back together again. We got his big tackle out, and we went after him again, just the two of us. This time it was more about getting it done, catching big fish. But who says you can't have fun with the smaller guys while you wait for the big ones? Does he know he's hooked yet?
I don't know, man. That's gotta be a shark.
Finally, hooked up with a big one.
We haven't fought one bit yet. Grab that whatever.
Like a 6.5 foot sandbar shark. It's the biggest shark I had ever been a part of pulling in. Definitely the biggest shark that I had been in the water with. After some measurements, we got the hook out and went ahead and dragged that big girl back in the water, got her revived, and she swam off about her way. This will definitely go down in the books as one of my fondest memories. But I tell you what, I knew I had met a die-hard fisherman and a lifelong friend. Whenever we got out before I had to go home, it was about 55 degrees out, pelting cold rain, and this crazy nut stripped down to his skivvies so he could get weight out to the sandbar and get his bait out just further in hopes of catching another big fish. I tell you, that is my kind of fisherman. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you ever get a chance just to go along on a shark fishing excursion, I'd say jump at the opportunity. It's a great experience. These are some absolutely magnificent creatures. There's just nothing quite like being up close and personal with a big shark. Just absolutely incredible. And it's just one of the many creatures out there in this creation we've been blessed with to enjoy. So until next time, everybody, y'all be safe, God bless, and get more outdoors.